Hare Krishna. Welcome back, my friends. How's it going out there? Hope you're doing well. We got a rainy day over here. It's kind of cool. Friend or enemy? We had this individuality. What a pretty card. 212. At no time did I not exist, nor you, nor any of these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Let's read it from here. What do we say? 212. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This looks like a huge purport. Don't worry, I'm not going to read it all. It's really good though. The same Vedic truth given to Arjuna is given to all persons in the world who pose themselves as very learned, but factually have but a poor fund of knowledge. The Lord says clearly that he himself, Arjuna, and all the kings who are assembled on the battlefield are eternally individual beings, and that the Lord is eternally the maintainer of the individual living entities, both in their conditioned as well as in their liberated situations. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme individual person, and Arjuna, the Lord's eternal associate, and all the kings assembled there are individual eternal persons. It is not that they did not exist as individuals in the past, and it is not that they will not remain eternal persons. Their individuality existed in the past, and their individuality will continue in the future without interruption. Therefore, there is no cause for lamentation for anyone. Whoop. That's good to know. Let's try this again, huh? Krishna's qualities from Nectar of Devotion. We were reading about how he's highly learned. Regarding his moral principles, it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is ruling over Vrindavan as death personified to the thieves, as pleasing bliss to the pious, as the most beautiful Cupid to the young girls, and as the most munificent personality to the poor men. He is as refreshing as the full moon to his friends, and to his opponents, he is the annihilating fire generated from Lord Shiva. Krishna is therefore the most perfect moralist in his reciprocal dealings with different kinds of persons. Most perfect. When he is death personified to the thieves, it is not that he is without moral principles or that he is cruel. He is still kind, because to punish thieves with death is to exhibit the highest quality of moral principles. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says that he deals with different kinds of persons according to their dealings with him. Krishna's dealings with devotees and with non-devotees, although different, are equally good. Because Krishna is all good, his dealings with everyone are always good. I love this about Krishna. He's so precise and so expert. He can perfectly reciprocate with everyone. And the end of that passage, they're talking about how it's always good. Everything Krishna does is always good. There's a nice line I like from a Christian song that says, the story isn't over if the story isn't good. If it's not good, then it's not done yet. Okay, should we look at some tarot? Yes. What's going on with the tarot? Can we get a message for the collective for today? Whoa, whoa, I just saw some big cards. Big cards. Not really looking for anything to pop out. Let me get a little shuffle in here. Four of Pentacles. That's good. Four of Pentacles is about stability. Five of Swords. The Fool. I'm gonna go for one more. Yeah. Oh, good one. The Magician. Whew. Okay, Four of Wands, Five of Swords, the Fool, and the Magician. So Four of Wands again is about stability. Fours are often about stability. With Pentacles, it can be literally material stability. I feel like it is. The Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles just came out. There might be a lot of, maybe not a lot, maybe it's relative, money coming in and out, and there having to be delegation and decision making to keep it all in balance and afloat, to keep it stable, to keep it reliable. This might be a headache. That might be what's causing the headache. Let's see what's causing the headache. Just some kind of conflict or some kind of ending with the World here. Ooh, the High Priestess. This has been coming out a lot, huh, guys? Lately, the High Priestess, Hierophant. It makes me feel like there's just almost some intuitive knowing about an ending, and that's causing some problems. Just like a feeling of things being done, or just a knowing of a cycle. So the World is also major arcana. It's like about divine timing and karmic cycles, wheels turning outside of our control. So that can sometimes cause a headache, but it's also in some way intuitively knowing that this is either karmic or it's meant to be. It's part of the story. So the Fool here is a new beginning after an ending, and it's generally a pretty faithful type of energy, pretty, you know, open-hearted, willing to take a leap of faith. But in this sense, I'm getting it's more like, almost like, well, everything else is already, what else are we gonna do? That didn't work. This died, that ended. Like, what's the next thing? Like, who cares? There's a little bit of cynicism, is I guess what I'm feeling from that. And this did a full rotation. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So in some ways, this might be like super fortunate that all this is happening, but somehow it's still a headache. Sometimes even when great things happen, like there's positive stress, there's still like responsibility to deal with. Like, and maybe it's investments, maybe it's literally about your money or your resources, and it feels like a headache. And on the one hand, yeah, it's very fortunate, you know, but at the same time, there's these elements that are, it's out of your control. It's taking a lot of mental energy. So try not to be a cynic. The Magician is here with the Queen of Wands. This is super powerful. The Queen of Wands is like very magnetic. And I tend to think that her wand is magic. Sometimes it's words. Words can be spells. Here's Eight of Wands. Here's Eight of Wands. This is also can be words, spells, magic. And it doesn't have to be like literal, like, you know, you go light some fire under the moonlight and cast a spell or something, but your words are powerful enough to manifest a reality for you. So that's kind of what's going on here, and it's having to do with long-term stability. So we started out with this Four of Pentacles, which is about stability, and this Knight of Pentacles is also about long-term stability, like way long-term. And so it feels as if all this energy and magic and stability is being focused on producing more of that, more stability. And it may be that all this stability is needed or desired after so much shakeup and changing outside of one's control. Okay, let's see about some advice based on that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get one or two oracles for advice and then tarot. See how they match up, huh? How about that? How about that? The seven energies. These are all shaken up, remember? Remember the chaos yesterday? We still have it. I didn't straighten these out. Alright, I'll get a couple of these. Whatever that is, and that. Pretty. Ooh, a deep breath. Look at that. It's number 7. And number 9, the rose's kiss. So these are different elements or energies. 7, a deep breath is an earth element. Key concepts: a genuine expectation of danger. Ooh. Projection of a threat without substance. Fight or flight mode. Inability to focus. Trusting the universe as a way to release fear. Fear is asking for your attention and healing right now. You or another are operating from the position of fear. If you also see red flags, you might be headed toward genuine danger, perhaps repeating a lesson you don't need to learn again. You can honor this kind of fear by saying thank you and protect yourself by choosing another path. In this moment, you have all it takes to make this shift. If, on the other hand, the fear surrounds the idea of taking a risk, be mindful. Radical trust and accepting the discomfort of the new is called for as you move out of your comfort zone. Ask for courage to take a leap into the unknown and know that all will be well. Interesting. Also, today, choose love over fear. You'll be amazed when you do. Okay. And then the rose's kiss is water. Key concepts: joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment, desires acknowledged. 5, sensory reality. Take a deep breath and center on the feeling of joy. Can you allow your senses to awaken and connect with your innate desire to experience all life has to offer? Pleasure is part of life. Let yourself surrender to it today. Connecting with nature, enjoying the sensual pleasures and or being aware of sensations of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound may be important right now. How do your sheets feel? Can you reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nestled beside you? Be present to another person. See them and let yourself be seen. Your 5 senses are aching to be engaged right now. This is an invitation to get out of your head and into your body. You may be a spiritual and intelligent being, but right now the emphasis should be on having a sensory experience. This is a sacred part of this gift of life. By being present to the sensual world, you invite an even deeper spiritual experience. Amazing, isn't it? Perhaps it really is time to stop and kiss the roses. Well, that's kind of cool. That's a different tone for us, isn't it? It's like somatic therapy. Help you get in touch with your body. You can release a lot of junk by tapping into your body. Okay, let's get some advice from tarot also. A few cards of advice. There's that Knight of Pentacles again. And Strength. Okay, the Devil came out right on top of the Strength. And the Magician. You guys, who am I reading for? It's very powerful energies. Okay, this is advice though, right? So Knight of Pentacles, again, this is about your stability. And that can be emotional stability. Can literally be like routines, you know, in your practical life. Knowing that you're going to have everything you need when you need it. And you may have to share with others. You want to have enough to be able to help out other people as well. But use your resources very wisely. Whatever you have, don't give all your things away. This is a message for somebody. You have a lot, and other people are needy sometimes. They may see that you have a lot and your heart is so big you want to give to them, but you have to be careful how much you give. Not just your physical resources, but of your time, your care, your emotion, all your energy. It matters what you give and how much you give. When Strength popped out here, I remembered to remind somebody that maybe you don't want to pray for strength, because you will be presented with opportunities to practice strength. And the Devil popped out here, which is about temptation. So there's this prayer about, what's the prayer? Lead me not into temptation. Deliver us from evil, right? So the Devil comes in with confusion and usually lies and overwhelm. And he uses the mind to take away power from a person, take away strength. So when you get your mind harnessed, I was reading this morning too from Bhagavad Gita about how the mind, when it's controlled, it's the best friend. When it's uncontrolled, it's the worst enemy. So if you want strength, don't pray for strength, but ask that your mind could be engaged properly so that you maintain the right frame of mind to not be an illusion and temptation. And here's the Magician again, which is reminding me about how our words are so powerful. Our words are spells, our prayers are spells. So when you pray for clarity and to have the right frame of mind, then you can create from that space better outcomes, higher outcomes. You can see a much higher vision for yourself when you're not wrapped up in illusion, of course. And again, it's about stability. So if what you really want is stability, you create that also with your mind, with your intention. And then that manifests outwardly in your things. So maybe somebody needs to hear this, how powerful you are. If you want something, go inside, imagine yourself there in your meditation. You know, literally you can ask for it, but it's more like a co-creation, you and the divine. You imagine it. You can use your senses, like this card was saying, to imagine it, what it would feel like, what would it taste like, what would it, smell like, what would it be like to have this stability that you're yearning for. And then you give thanks for that feeling of having the thing already. And then it must manifest. It must manifest. Okay, we're 20 minutes in. I'm going to wrap this up. And I hope you guys are doing well out there. And may there be peace in the world. May there be peace within. And tune back in tomorrow. I'll see you back here. Haragizen all. Haragizen all.